time to take your final.
Hello guys. Welcome to Danganronpa. I don't even know what episode this is. If you can't already tell, I'm sick. So if my voice sounds a little different, sorry about that. You just love not being able to breathe, feeling horrible 24/7, having to blow your nose 24/7. Don't you just love that? Because I sure do. No, I don't. I absolutely despise being sick. Also, very ironic that Celeste is here. Now, this is just the first part of the trial. I'm only going to be doing the first half of it. I did look it up. This trial has 13, segments. And so I'm going to try to do 7 this episode. Because 13 isn't an even number. So I'm going to do more segments or parts in this episode since the not the finale. Technically the finale to chapter 3, but since the second part of the trial is gonna have the what is it called? The closing argument. Since that is gonna have the closing argument and the execution and all the other the talking of afterwards and all that kind of stuff. So that one's already gonna be a little chunky. So in the next episode, I'm gonna be doing most of my talking because then that's when everything is gonna be over. But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be doing some talking in this one too.
Get the fuck out of here! Nobody care about that boring ass shit.
But yeah, let's get into it. Good thing is that this is the chat. See, I can't even talk. Let's just get into this game, dude. Everyone had heard about Akuma's proclamation, and they were gathered by the red door. And as soon as we were all there,
Monokuma appears!
Hello! I thought my stuff was glitching for a little bit. He multiplied?
Wrong!
No, not multiplication. It just looks that way because of an illusion. I'm moving so fast it only looks like I've multiplied. But yeah, I was gonna say, good thing this is a trial because I don't have to actually voice anything. But here we are. Can you guys tell which one is the real Monokuma? Can we just get on the elevator already?
Boy!
You're not playing along.
Stop talking.
We're not here to play with you.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
Hey!
Then if everyone's here and ready to go, please board the train. Elevator. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
Okay then, shall we?
Please.
Hold on, I'm not mentally prepared yet.
What the heck?
You'll never be mentally prepared. You can't run away anymore, hero. You're gonna pay for your sins.
What the heck?
I told you already, I didn't do it, for serious. That reminds me, did you ever find the other costume? Or the note? Well no, but how unfortunate. Then it would seem we have our culprit.
Hey.
This isn't the place to talk about it. Save your accusations for when we get to the courtroom.
That's right.
She's right. Let's get down there first. Then the story can really begin. Yeah, good idea. That's right. I have to do it. I can't let whoever killed Ifumi Atake get away with it. For everyone who's still alive, and for the 2 that lost their lives. The one who killed Ifumi Atake, the one who killed 2 of our friends. The killer is one of you. It's someone right here. I'm not talking to none of them. I'm getting straight to it. I took one last breath. That's all I read from that. I'm sorry. I began to walk towards the elevator. Once everyone was aboard, the doors closed on their own, and the steel box began to move. The clunking of the elevator kept us company as we fell further and further down. There was no going back. Until we settled all this, we couldn't go anywhere. I'm not sure how long it was before the elevator finally came to a stop. The elevator doors slid open, opening up onto a cool thing. When I see all of you gathered together like this, I realize just how few of you there are left. Your school life is slowly reaching its climax.
Just the worst.
Only because of you. Why? Why are you making us do such cruel things to each other?
What?
What? Do you really hate me so much? But I'm so cute.
Come on.
Stop goofing around and begin the trial. Don't rush me. Of course I'm gonna start it. We'll be like, stay tuned for the next action-packed class trial after this commercial break.
Yahoo!
I never hold out on you like that. Okay, let's begin. Get to your assigned seats. And so the curtain opened up once again. A deadly judgment, deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, deadly faith, a deadly class trial. Oh my goodness. Y'all see how much I struggle with that? Imagine that for a whole episode. And I still gotta read out like Makoto's thoughts or whatever, but at least I don't have to do the entire thing. Tranquility completely steadies your aim, effective during the non-stop debate in the Hangman's Gambit. Increases damage to the opponent, effective during bullet time battle. The focus gauge recovers more quickly. I can do all of them. I only got, what, 4? Yeah, I only have 4. Alrighty. I'm good. Trial, all rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, to begin with...
We already know who did it!
Was that?
Was that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit.
Don't try and deny it! You killed them!
I didn't! Someone knocked me out! I was asleep the whole time! I don't know anything about it!
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Very ironic for you to be saying that. For you to say it like it's a bad thing, too. Well, not like it's a bad thing, it is a bad thing, but like...
Who are you calling a murderer?
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprints for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it. And all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling. It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know!
Is Hiro really the killer, or... Before anything else, we have to make that clear. Hold on.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff! It's not true! It's a conspiracy!
Hiro, why? Why did you kill them?
No! Just hold on a second!
The blueprints.
No, that's wrong.
Are we sure Hiro really made those blueprints?
What do you mean?
Also, y'all, I got something to show y'all. My glass is broke. I have tape on them right now. Because I'm not gonna lie, I've grown attached to these glasses. I've worn these glasses for so long, it has become a part of my identity. But yeah, anyways, that's it. Let's get back to the game.
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hiro wrote. asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on! I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
So Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
And he's not the only one. I think Hiro's innocent as well.
I just actively felt my nostrils switch. You know how when you're congested, your nostrils switch from like which one is congested? I literally just felt my nostrils switch.
Then who is in that Robo-Justice suit? Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
And of course, he passes it off to me.
So, who was in the Robo-Justice suit?
The suspicious individual in question, the one that must have been in the suit. Hiro, Hina, the Illuminati.
I got it!
The
Other than
Illuminati.
Hiro, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit, and we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hiro is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hiro didn't do it.
It makes perfect sense. Hiro was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
What? Now that's a bold assumption.
And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
Of course. But before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around.
All things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body. It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
The things that were used to move Taka's body, they must have been the tarp and the... what's it called? I forgot, the blue pulley thing. Repository doll. That.
I got it!
There's still one more thing. Right?
I got it! They were a dolly and a tarp, right?
What's with the attitude?
So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the
Why did he
equipment
have
room,
an attitude?
and then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that, up until then, was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there, and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing.
And the dolly?
I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there. But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body. Am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Huh?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
There is no shame in being wrong, and nobody expects much from you anyway. We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
Wow, I've never heard anyone sound so nice while being so mean. But maybe I can change your mind. I said heard. He said I've never had. If I could just explain to them why the dolly must have been moved from the equipment room to the repository. New element has been added. Added? Bro, I cannot with myself today. Oh my goodness. Sure. Let's talk about reloading. Starting with this next bullet time battle, we're gonna add one more ingredient. On the bottom of the screen underneath, you'll see an ammo. There hasn't really been a limit, but locking and pressing the Y button won't be enough to handle them. Now it will cost you 1 bullet. Once you run out of bullets, you can't destroy any more statements. However, you can reload by pressing the X button. Just like locking on, you have to press the X button in time with the expo marker. Basically, just remember that the X button now has a function. You'll automatically reload at the start of fever time and your ammo will not decrease. Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, you won't have to reload at all. In which case, you can ignore everything I just said. Well then, good luck and have fun. Okay. Let me lock in. Oh my goodness.
You had it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Do your worst. You had it wrong. I cannot agree.
I'm pressing Y.
Fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst.
Okay.
I cannot agree.
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the recording room when you found Taka's body?
This should prove it.
Oh my goodness.
If you're asking for proof that the dolly moved, I have it right here. When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it. There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's tread.
Tire marks. That just reminded me of that.
The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room.
Oh my goodness.
And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Jeez, this else really hate me that much.
Well, anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
If I look at how the body was moved, it'd be clear why the person in the suit couldn't have done it. What does he mean by that? What do you mean by that? Make your argument. Rebel Justice costume.
What? What's that mean?
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room. And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over. Then you could push the dolly no problem. So the killer just crouched down and carted the body off to the repository.
If you accept everything we just said, then you must realize that whoever was in the suit couldn't possibly be the culprit.
Sorry, I don't think I realized anything.
I know which one it is.
Well, yeah, but even if all you'd have to do is bend over, then you could push the dolly no problem. So the killer just carted the body. Then
any more.
All you'd have to...
No, wrong. You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember?
I'm blind as a bat in here. You can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing. I tell you, it wasn't me. And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
There's absolutely no chance of the costume taking off just to move the body because... Oh yeah, once it's on, you can't take it off.
I got it! I don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember...
I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help? Why would you make something that you can't take off by yourself? I didn't make the stupid freaking thing. There's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. It's pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. You don't really have a choice as helping.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
If he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Yeah, that's right!
So, it's really, really true that Robo Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hero in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took? You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo Justice? If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that?
Well, I mean, a picture of him dragging someone away doesn't have anything to do with the fact that he physically would not be able to bend over to do anything with the bodies. This doesn't prove that he moved the bodies.
Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
How did you get hurt? That guy hit me. What guy? Oh, what guy? Robo Justice, or that's what I decided to call him just now.
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question.
That still does not have anything to do with the fact that he still physically cannot bend over to move the bodies. Hello.
The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hero, without a doubt.
Well, then tell us how he would have been able to move the bodies.
Yeah.
Because you're not making sense.
Yeah, that's gotta be right.
And neither are you, Hina.
Hold on a second!
Both y'all ain't making
far
sense.
too early to reach that conclusion. Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it. Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility? Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
What a pain in the ass!
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so we went to look for everyone. That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo-Justice. It also soon became clear that this same Robo-Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office...
What's wrong? I saw a shadow, something moving around at the top of the stairs.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the second floor.
I don't know why I just sighed right there. I said
Soon
one
after
line.
that,
I saw someone
technically
moving
two.
around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costumed man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
and then,
Huh? What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. It's bad. Come on, we gotta go back.
at that point we decided to divide up into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead. And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement. I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time, because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the 3 of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us. And she told us something very surprising.
Hifumi's body has disappeared.
We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again.
This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating all this or something?
But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time...
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository, which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
I think that about covers it.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated. It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation. And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
The contradictions hidden in what happened to Taka. In order to uncover the truth of this case, I have to find them no matter what. Hi.
So, Regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after. So, I wonder if he died, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
Oh Lord.
What makes you say that?
Because of the number.
It's true that Hifumi was killed while Taka's death.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
So,
Taka came after.
Y'all wanna know? Hold on. I forgot that. Hold on.
So, regarding Taka's, I wonder if he, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in.
I
Taka
forgot
came
that I
last.
could do that.
What makes you say that?
Because of the number.
No, that's wrong. I was gonna say I have no more truth bullets. I done both of them. I don't know.
Hold on. There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers.
I completely forgot I could do
If
that.
anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order, but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi? Okay then, let's see the proof.
Evidence that proves Taka was killed before Hifumi. There's something that relates to what time he must have died. Again? Oh no, never mind. Hangman's Gambit. Wristwatch. Give me a Y. Give me an A. Give me an A. Give me an A. Okay, thank you. Give me a C. Thank you. Give me an H. Thank you. My goodness.
Now I understand.
Now I understand.
I've got it. Taka's wristwatch.
Hello guys, it is a couple of days later. It's actually been a week. Oh my goodness. And if you're wondering, I am still dealing with the side effects of being sick. But yeah, y'all, I am so sorry about the gap. Excuse me. I'm so sorry about like the gap and the time in between these uploads. I can't get consistent for nothing. Hello, voiceover Dy'mond here, and I have some bad news to report. So, my stuff decided to lag horribly. Like, the voice lines were super behind and all that kind of stuff for you guys. For some reason, I don't know why, and I still don't know why. Luckily, since I filmed this video, I've tried it again, and my stuff wasn't lagging, so my next video shouldn't be like this. But I just wanted to let you guys know, because this is gonna be very laggy and probably choppy. So yeah, bye. I've got it, Taka's wristwatch.
See? Look! It broke with the hand pointing just past 6 o'clock.
as of last night.
Oh my goodness. Like, I will literally show y'all. So y'all see my TV, right? Y'all see that difference? Y'all see that difference in time from when I pause on my TV and from when you guys see it? I don't want that. especially when it comes to reading lines. I'm gonna be reading a line and you guys are gonna be like a whole line behind. I don't want that. I'm getting stressed out. I'm getting stressed out because I only have a little bit left to do of this first part. Literally. I'm already on the 6th phase. All I gotta do is just do one more phase and then I'm done for this first part, and then part 2 is gonna be the rest of the trial. Well, part 2 of the trial is going to be the end of the trial. But now my stuff wanna be laggy for some reason. I've got it, Taka's wristwatch.
See? Look! It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer. Because as of last night...
Hey you, how long were you gonna keep us waiting? I didn't even realize that was a part I was having to voice. Taka's irritated voice pierced the air as he stared plainly at his wristwatch. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know that? Bedtime for all little boys and girls.
So if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window. Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder. But all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
Huh? What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we gotta go back.
When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together. Except for Hiro and Kyoko.
I'm so sorry for the lagginess, y'all. I can see from my peripheral how far back this is for y'all.
That's where we found his body.
I don't know why it's acting like this.
That's totally true. We're all in the clear.
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on!
If that's true, where's the tape?
I don't know.
And how would we have been able to hear it from up there?
Don't just go making stuff up.
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream. Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct? And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room. At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then!
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body. Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway.
And then what part would Robo Justice do? Like, we literally just spent all this time talking about Robo Justice. Just for it to be Genocide Jill? Like, what?
In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done these things.
So what now, Kyoko?
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
That's true. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing. And according to what Celeste said,
We could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, though. So then the killer was able to get in and move Hifumi's body in that short amount of time. It would seem so.
his body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
Oh man, yeah! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
What? How?
If the dead body were to move itself.
The dead body moved on its own?
No!
I knew this dude. I knew this dude was gonna talk about some
I
ghosts.
don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is, we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
He was alive?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
That it isn't possible.
The idea that Hifumi is still alive, is it really possible? The audio is glitching so much for me. I don't know what's happening to my stuff. Oh my goodness, my screen is lagging so much. Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office? There's a
Nurse's
chance.
office. It's actually still alive.
It is possible. Listen, without a doubt.
I know how.
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement from the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
No, it's wrong.
In fact,
No, it's wrong!
He didn't even say it at the same time as me.
Was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
I'm done though. So I hope you guys like this video. I am so sorry for this train wreck of an ending. I don't know why my stuff is glitching and all that kind of stuff and so buggy and laggy. Hopefully by the next time I film, it'll be fixed, whatever the problem is. I don't know which part or what, like I don't know which part is exactly the problem, but hopefully whatever it is isn't there next time. But I hope you guys like this video. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and I shall see y'all in the next one. Bye bye.